charge, right? Or does that
It
not
only
work like that?
breaks if you have Aghanims, if that's
Oh,
what you're
okay.
talking about.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean, a hero
asking
that's
for the
going to be
noobs,
good
of
for Beast
course.
Coast is Legion Commander, who makes Bristleback, Bristlefront.
Yeah,
So that's always an answer.
that is true. And even some
He's a
instances could build up into Shadow Blades from there. But yeah, you're right.
I call him like a soft counter. It's not like a direct counter. It's just good.
Mm-hmm.
It's an answer for the Bristle. The
Grimstroke.
Grimstroke.
Grimstroke, a support who has a fantastic toolkit there. Could lead to some fun stuff. I don't know if a Ricky is in store for us, but I know that's always one of the go-to pairings. And a lot of people say, I don't know if you agree with this or not, it used to be like when first Grimstroke came out, everybody got super hyped up and excited about his ultimate and what the potential you could pair with it. But really what it seems to be all about is that frickin' Inkswell and everything you can kind of pair with that and then in his kind of lanings at that point. Like example, like the Ricky, of course, being able to swiftly blink strike Inkswell.
Yeah, I mean any kind of stun or hero that is able to jump and just be in front of their face like Inkswell, because Inkswell like the stun duration and damage, it's a lot, right? But you have
Mm-hmm.
to be on top of the target during the whole duration.
Buster.
And
And
yesterday, I
that's
think they even had a Shadow Fiend game, and man, we got to see this like fun Shadow Fiend. What was it? Shadow blading in with an Inkswell, lands that in the Requiem, and it was just insane. So, I,
they don't have much stuns from Thunder Predator right now. I think based off like Leo style and his heroes that he's played, I think SF and Puck is like a high priority for them.
yeah,
Just
holding it.
Legion from Thunder Predator.
It's on their own side, but
So
does
safe lane
mean
Bristle.
that this is going to be. I was just going to say that a bristle to the mid slash safe lane. Leo style. Does he play bristleback mid? That doesn't seem like a Leo style type
No,
of hero.
they need a range hero now.
Yeah,
We can't have another melee here. I mean, yeah, you definitely need another range hero.
I feel like I really like that Shadow Fiend idea a bit. If they did Puck, I guess it could work, but it wouldn't
Puck doesn't
scale
make
well.
that much sense right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Doesn't seem like it would fit that well.
If they pick Puck into a hard carry, sure, but now they have a Legion, then they need another because Puck isn't a semi carry. They need another semi carry, and I think SF fits. I mean, if Beast Coast did their there's this meme going on right now when you play like pubs and with South Americans, they always like when you do something great or when you fail, when you win or you lose, they just say go study. So in this sense, if Beast Coast studied Thunder Predator, yeah, they banned that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect pick for them. It's Leo Style's best hero too, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll ban it out. Sorry, I'm still fixing my audio. Come on, guys.
So I mean, I was like, they can't pick another melee, but it's a soft melee in the range. It's half and half, right?
True. True. I mean, later on, it's more ranged. It feels than melee. There. Sorry.
Timber saw. Oh no, Timber's bound. Like
Hmm.
Timber is just the perfect pick. Dragon Knight does fairly well versus this Ember because he doesn't do enough damage to kill him. But
5 seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight comes out a little bit in favor compared to Ember because once you get 6, Ember doesn't do much, doesn't do anything at all.
And we'll see if they want to even keep the Ember to the mid lane or if this could be a new
They
mid
should
lane
pick
pickup.
Razor's a pretty good pickup.
Oh
but
yeah, Razor would be nice to have against the Dragonite and Legion and Bristle. Oh,
Necros too.
all right.
I like that pick too. They
Yeah.
needed more magic. All these
Necro
beefy
to
heroes.
the safe lane potentially. It looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And on the other side, yeah, it's not a surprise. MNC is going to be playing that one position Bristleback. It looks like, and Leo style to the mid lane DK. But
Doesn't matter where Necro goes. He has a free lane with all three of their
looks like
cores.
mid for him. With the stand-in picking up Ember Spirit, I'm guessing that's the case. And we'll see Necro potentially go into the mid lane matchup, potentially against DK. All right.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense because like I kind of mentioned, like this DK has a free lane versus the Ember, and you don't wanna DK that has a free lane. He just controls the game. You lose all of your towers, gets his fast blink, Kyros or whatever, and just takes full control of the game.
All right. Well, what do
And
you think with the draft? Do you think Beast Coast can actually take this to a
I,
game
I
three
like
if they execute?
Yeah, I definitely like Beast Coast's lineup. This time around, they have a save for this Legion commander.
Mm-hmm.
They have answers for all of their heroes, in my opinion, and they don't think Thunder Predator have damage to kill this Necro. I think that's the issue. If he ever gets dueled, he'll be saved by the Shadow Demon. And if you don't deal with the Necro, he's gonna doing a lot of damage throughout the fights. And they don't have a purge. They don't have anything to really remove his W.
What about this lane that Whisper is going to be getting into? Because it's a Beastmaster versus a Bristleback. That seems like a problem for Beastmaster, or is it not a problem? Can you somehow manipulate with the work of Boars and with the assistance of Snapfire? I'm guessing. Is that not going to be a problem for a Coddle Bristle type of lane?
I think it really comes down to who really gets their level 2 first. If Bristle's able to use his, I think it favors his Bristle just because they have a Coddle. He's not gonna run out of mana. I thought I was like, if he uses all of his sprays and he doesn't do enough damage, but then Coddle's gonna be the insurance that he needs. So, because it's a Coddle in the lane though, I don't know how they'll play it, but if he struggles just a little bit, Beastmaster's capable of cutting the lanes really easy once he's level 2.
Prepare for battle.
We'll have to see if it pans out that way or not. It could be a pretty snowbally lane either way. What's going on here with Chris Luck? He's getting spam pinged by Whisper here. Maybe wishing him good luck in the mid lane, as he will be doing that Necro to DK matchup we're not surprised about. MNZ top lane.
Oh, I can see your cursor on the minimap.
You can see my cursor? Or you can see what I look at?
I can see what you look at.
Yeah. That's always been there.
Oh, I didn't know that. So cool.
Yeah, I low-key try to use that sometimes. Like, if you're watching a lane, I try not to watch the same lane. That way, it's easier to not miss action. You know what I mean?
And now I know if you're going to be missing action, I'll help you out.
Yeah, thank you. That helps a lot. Like, top lane, like the old co-caster, bottom lane. Oh, okay, I guess I'll get my get my shit down there as fast as possible.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Frank and them trading a little bit, but they'll come through to the bottom lane. They really want to go for 2 bounties here. At the bottom, does Thunder Predator.
Yeah, Leo style is going to be pretty sad mid, honestly, against this Necrophos.
The battle begins.
It's a pretty one-sided matchup. Unless anything's changed that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, but he's not gonna die, right? It's just kind of one of those things he'll lose in the CS. He'll survive.
He's basically gonna. Necro should have a lot of denies and get his 6 when like DK's barely level 5, if anything.
We'll have to see if that's how things pan out, or if Leo style, who has a decent block. I mean, the creeps are actually under the tower. This could end up pushing things forward a bit. If he could
tri-laning actually and letting the beast solo against the Legion.
So JZ and Beastmaster.
Bristle might die here.
Yeah, he's getting jumped right now. The cookie is in. The chains are successful, and that is your first blood. All right, Schofield will take the first blood, and that's how Beast Coast get things started in game number 2. And whoa, that Necro already has a lot of CS going his way. He is 7-1 to DK's 1. Chris Luck is not happy about how game number 1 went. Goes for the deny. Oh, not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's because he is just nuke every hit that DK tries to nuke, and
yep. Oh man, disruption setup. This tri-lane is filthy. Do not like it at all. If you get caught by disruption, there is just too much trouble to follow. That cookie combo with it is very nice.
That was not yours.
And we have wands on everybody, so they can just keep juicing themselves up and continue to trade if they'd like. And the wave is now pushed so far forward, they're just going to have it right under their tower.
Yeah, his lane got hard now. Schofield is making sure that he's not able to pull. He's trying to give Ember as much XP as he can. Yeah. There's like a triple wave under his tower because another wave is coming in now.
Yeah, Bristle is still able to scrap to get at least 9 CS for himself, but this is where the lane totally leaves him in his hands. It gets a bit awkward for him to work with. Whisper tipping about this bottom lane. He's got the creep wave under his tower. But how is he doing overall? This is his first bit of boost to CS, it looks like here. 8 and 3. Yeah, he's surviving.
And Beast Coast is controlling their lane, making sure they don't get this pool.
There's our mid lane panning out. Still pretty rough, it looks like, mostly for Necro getting to 17 and 2. And he is just a fresh level 4. They're pretty still neck and neck in XP.
If you look at the
Time being.
CS, it's like one thing, but if you look at the net worth, it's another, because it's like the amount of regen that DK does have to buy for this lane as well, because of all the nukes and harass that he's getting. So that's what changes the matchup aspect as well in terms of like overall net worth, not just the CS itself.
They each go for a early bracer, yeah. Just tanking up even further.
Necro's always healing himself on top of his aura. And he has like all this extra natural regen too.
Yeah. 2 points into the Heartstopper aura. Is that not interesting? Is it something that DK doesn't really care about because he's got the 2 points in the Dragon Blood? Is it just a full negate kind of thing? I'm not a big.
I don't know. I don't know how much it says 1.2 decay. I mean, it kind of balances back out, so it's like it nullifies his Dragon Blood, I assume.
And tips are being shared here. As both mid laners are kind of getting sweaty over the last hit game. Tri-lane action has kind of slowed down a bit. There's a successful pull on the side of this top lane, but the waves are always so deep onto the Beast Coast side. They're doing a nice job just kind of working with the equilibrium. And now suddenly there's 2 range creeps pushing all the way under the tower, and it's awkward for Bristle to get involved. So we're seeing Ember in a position where he's the highest CS in the game now, 26 and 6. Oh, and the chains and a cookie. They could make this all the sweeter, but he's got mana. Got to be careful, and they don't overcommit.
Scary.
Yeah.
They have fat stick charges though on the Ember. It's 12.
Yes, certainly, having patience with it. Schofield also getting a bit close here. Oh, it's bottom lane though, where Matthew gets the finish. I want to go back though and see if they end up trying to chase down Schofield. It looks like not. It's a contested bounty season here. Thunder Predator will at least grab the one on their side. Cookie, push back, try to go for the stun. And Ember is going to grab the bounty right under their nose. Oh, disruption. No Cookie for this one. Oh, the creep's getting involved on it. Oh, they need a lot of damage, though. He's got that 2 point into Bristleback, and they're successful with it. Stinger will help finish it off. MJZ uses the blinding light to try to create a bit of space. Do they want to dive for this one? Oh, yes, they do. Easy setup with the chains and the cookie combo. Beast Coast really having a lot of fun with this top lane.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Ember's getting a pretty decent amount of levels too. The supports aren't being selfish and soaking up all the XP as well. DK used his form now, getting some wards out. They're trying to see if they can use this Necro ulti, but DK being at full HP doesn't really help right now.
Yeah, and they have Schofield nearby, but I don't know what kind of assistance the Necro could get to try to bring this Necro or this DK down right now. He even gets the regen top.
Oh, Whisper is actually forced into the jungle now as well at 6 minutes, level 4. Didn't really have much of a lane bottom, soloing against 2 heroes.
Yeah, it was a tough time, but that now means the Grimstroke could potentially move around a bit, leaving Legion Commander to the bottom lane to get all the solo XP and farm. So they can potentially work with that in some capacity as the Bristle or the Legion Commander gets some more going for themselves. They can. I mean, is it worth trying to go to the top lane and make it like a try-on-try lane here?
I mean,
or
what's awkward about this game is like, all these heroes on both sides of the team, it's like these heroes are hard to kill because it's like if supports rotate, they have a Shadow Demon and Snapfire. They don't have enough damage for this Dragon Knight, right? Even though there's a Necro mid, until he's like 60% HP, then there's some kill threat. Top lane, it's like you can rotate to this Bristle, but he has a hood now, and so they don't have enough damage for him. So both sides of this team, aside from like the Beastmaster, these heroes are really hard to kill on Thunder Predator here.
Yeah, that
which
might
is what
be.
their draft is really built around. Which is why Necro is gonna be very good later in the game.
Yeah, their like body language, if you will, is kind of showing that they are more content on just getting the farm that's available to them and then trying to game plan any sort of fights or ganks that could just ultimately lead to failure, considering how tanky and sustain and how elusive rather they could be with the cookies and the disruptions and such.
And it's gonna be really good later when Shadow Demon gets his levels because it's this Max Soul Catcher. They have like look at the synergy that they have. He's gonna disrupt into Soul Catcher into the Necro ulti, and it's a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
You know, taking about 35% of their HP. It's synergy, right?
Yeah. And synergy has definitely been a highlighting factor for a lot of the wins today so far, and even I believe in that previous game. Oh, Snapfire just being so dirty, trying to take away some neutral camps from the Bristleback here. There's really no threat right now. Goes for the TP out. Ooh,
Okay, so Beast is now level 6. He should look into Snapfire and Beast rotating towards his Necro lane and killing this DK with the smoke.
yeah, Beast is currently a little bit low on life, but yeah, it's hard to make the argument that that would not be a good approach here. DK in his next dragon form now, but they need to do something.
Running towards top for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's really at top for them besides trying to go for more kills onto the Coddle.
It's like the easiest way to really identify like Dota in terms of like map movements and everything. It's like when your lanes are like kind of struggling, you want to look at the strong who in the map and who in the game is the strongest hero right now, and you want to essentially try to play with that hero because that's the hero that's going to really get you back into the game, and your plays are generally going to be a little bit more successful in that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, for the time being, they go back to that top lane and just kind of swing it out with the Bristleback, but that goes, as expected. I look at him now, and it looks like he didn't even get into any sort of skirmish. He's back into the farm. Coddle was positioned with safe distance, and Beastmaster is still kind of farming through the jungle. He's going to wait till he gets to level 7 or finishes out the first level of book, whatever it may be, before he gets involved elsewhere with his ult. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we're going to see the first duel. It's a successful catch onto the Shadow Demon. Schofield shows up, but it's a bit too late. Jumping with the cookie. Grim, very brave TP, but with Ember swinging into play, they quickly put a finish on that. So it's a lot of rotations from Beast Coast to get the response kill on the support. And bounties are going to get picked up from TP, elsewhere.
Snapfire will now be 6 with the tome that's coming in. They're buying a smoke on the Shadow Demon. So now they will for sure make this play that they want, which is like playing with this Necro and being able to use his first Reaper Scythe.
And again, I imagine ideally on someone like the DK here in the mid lane, if possible. If not him, maybe the Bristleback, let's say. But there's that smoke you were calling for. DK's mid lane. He dishes out the stun. He's on the run. Can they catch him with a disruption? He's so fast.
Execution was a little rushed there.
A little too hasty. On that one, they'll settle for Keeper.
They still have Roar, and they still have Mortimer's Kisses.
Yeah. And they're still confident to hang in the mid lane and push and try to take a very valuable tier 1 tower in this mid lane. Chains, look at them coming in from behind. They get the catch onto Matthew here. He does the self-ink swell. Legion Commander going to get disrupted before she could come in and really dish out an assist. Now looks to swing in, sets up the duel. And with the assistance coming in from Leo Style, that's easy dual damage. On the other side, though, it's MNZ getting set down into the Shadow Realm from Chris Luck with the big Reaper Scythe ult that we had all been waiting for. Cookie jumping on the Coddle. Good catch right there onto MJZ. Chris Luck charging in, able to get the finish. He now has a double kill. He's still got a lot of life here. It's a 2-on-2 with the help coming in from Ember, but they're burning through the Necro. Whoa, look at him heal up. Really nice job with the Ghost Shroud, but can he make it away? It doesn't look good. Here comes the Inkswell now. Oh, the chains, though. Not quite enough. They'll still get that Necro. But here comes Ember. Disruption. The supports who have died have returned to fight now. Matthew, who just returned, will fall yet again. And on the other side, Leo Style now committing the dragon form, fires through and finishes off the Ember Spirit. And gets hit with the ult there, but it's just a bit too late.
Regen top as well. Wow, that fight was It should have been a little cleaner, but you know, it was pretty even, right? I think the trade was even in terms of like core tradings. You know, Ember, Necro died, Bristle,
Yeah, pretty close actually
Leiden died.
when they break it all down. And like you said, it's definitely a bit intriguing. We saw half of Beast Coast commit to going behind that tier 1 to get the jump, while Bristle gated the others like the Necro. So they couldn't quite finish up the DK. While they were successful in getting down the Bristleback, we saw that, you know, with DK still being involved and Legion Commander, they were able to kind of put in a lot of work and get the response.
It just really came down to like, you know, when they smoked, it's like running in the same direction mattered a lot. One person ran through the river, the Ember ran through the lane,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like that's what really, if it wasn't as chaotic like that, this DK should have been Rether Scythe, and they would have been able to pressure the tier 1 in a clean way, and then Thunder Predator wouldn't have been able to react. But instead, like they had like 10 to 15 seconds of reaction time, and being so they were able to defend this tower. But you know, it's still all in all, it's like fair trade. Let's see what they're doing. They're pressuring top now. And Necro is going for Radiance as well. He's going for a carry, strong carry Necro here.
Whoa. Do you think that's the right call? It's a pretty big balls.
They have semi carries. Like he doesn't. If they had a hard carry, then he'd build more like the Yules, mech, and you know all these sustain items, right?
Yeah.
But they don't. Yeah, they're playing with semi carries and with the Beastmaster. So this right click DPS Necro is going to do a lot more. That's what they need, honestly, to win the game.
The Ember's got a Deso queued up too, so he's kind of going a little right click himself here. It's not like he's going, you know, super utility on this particular Ember. So they got some bit of right click to flex on the Beast Coast side.
Got a DeMoN ulti here, bottom lane. Bristle.
Whoa.
Poking at him.
Yeah, nothing too significant for the Bristle at this time. He has that Sage now, so suddenly getting close to like 2k of HP to flex. And he'll get the finish onto that ward in the high ground here. Necro shows himself in the mid lane, and MNZ heads his direction, hits him up with some early goos. But could it be a light bait here? Oh, but look who's looking to run in now. We have a dragon form, and shadow-bladed dragon form, mind you. And they begin to go to work on this tier 1. The glyph comes out, but we'll see if Beast Coast want to defend. Everybody's here. No one's farming elsewhere, so you know, we got to take the fight if they want to. Ults.
Oh.
Warmir's Kiss. The Reaper's Scythe. It's not enough for the finish. He's more than fine. Runs out the other direction. The Will-O-Wisp will help create the space between Thunder Predator and Beast Coast's approach.
Yeah, it's a little. No, I think if Necro was able to just sight them earlier, and then he would get the Soul Catcher on top of it. But I think he was kind of waiting for the Soul Catcher to be used and then Rether Scythe. But you know, it does take like a little over a second, like 1 second, 1.5 seconds to act.
Gotta say, it's tricky too. I mean, Soul Catcher, the range just feels so so short until, you know, he's able to get until he gets the lens or talent or whatever, and he's kind of slow too, so it's always hard to gauge when he's able to get in there and get it done. And half the time he might be throwing his own life away to even get that amplification off. So it feels that much worse if they're not able to get that finishing blow.
You see how crazy that is? If you look at the creep kills, it's like Necro has almost like 40 CS on top of DK, but then DK and Necro are like the same net worth right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of neutrals though from, I guess, Necro, and some crucial, like DK got a solo kill on the Ember, I think, which is what really helped him actually.
Mm-hmm. And he still holds strong to the mid lane right now. He's queuing up a BKB as his next item.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, Snapfire is actually rushing this Aghanims. He's gonna throw in this either Ember or this Beastmaster for like the strong initiation.
Wow. All right, that's fun. You know, a lot of people showed a lot of the fun synergy with it, but was it really going to be competitively viable? I don't know. I mean, somebody's got to make the call to try it out eventually.
Well, I definitely think it is. I mean, you have the right heroes for it, because when you want to like throw a bomb into them, like as a 1.5 second stun, and if you have a follow up with another disable, there's a combo there, right? Synergy. And then if you have another stun, then that's when you throw the Mortimer's Kisses on top of it.
Yeah,
it's like free kill.
Don't throw them into like a will-o-wisp or something, I guess. You gotta be careful what happens. Oh, mid lane, speaking of will-o-wisp, one's gonna be committed. Necro just charging in on forward, gets quickly dueled up and blasted down. Thunder Predator just revealing that they are here in full force in the mid lane and ready to play. Charging on forward, they got the pipe committed. Beast Coast don't know what the hell's happening or hitting their way. They are rushing back and out. That was Thunder Predator just like a snapping head turtle showing themselves in the mid lane.
It was a little silly what Beast Coast really attempted there. They weren't all ready for this tier 1. Secondary, like Necro was about 150 gold away from Radiance. I think they should have just waited, honestly. Just a little bit longer, be a little bit more patient. Hit some key item timings and then go for this push, and it'll feel a lot better.
Yeah, can't fault that. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how close that Necro was to actually finishing out the Radiance. I think he just picked it up now, right? Does look like he has it.
No, yeah, he did.
And we'll have to see what they can make do with it.
It's a good item. He has Essence Ring too. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Necro loves that.
The best item Necro can possibly pick up.
Yeah, I never even thought of that. That is a wonderful item for Necro.
He should definitely finish his wand upgrade though, because it's way too value on this a hero like this.
Okay, look at this. They're trying to go for the Roche, but they are right outside. The jump-in cookie. Can he go for the snatch? It's going to be picked up, but it's MNZ's Thunder Predator who do manage to grab the Aegis for themselves, and now could be huge trouble for Beast Coast. They are running through them and burning them apart. Necro to be next. A buyback committed from Schofield here. Can they bail out Chris Luck? He pops the ghost form, tries to heal up, but just gets brought down shortly thereafter. MNZ with the triple kill, and he's not done yet. He's chasing down Ember. Ember thankfully has that bungee cord out, but he bungees right into the light bulb of the Will-O-Wisp. Leo style cleans up another, grabbing down Stinger. Ember makes it to the low ground away safely, but my God, he'll have a story to tell. The rest of his team was just pounded by the Roche pit.
Thunder Predator made a really good move there. They identified that this Necro TP'd this bottom tier 2 tower, and this hero is like one of the slowest heroes in the game. He's 320 MS with treads right now, and he had to run from bottom lane all the way over to Roche, and it's just like, and they decided to finish off Roche and have this 4v5 kind of engagement as well, on top of the cooldowns that Beast Coast had, which Roar was on cooldown.
Yeah.
So it's about identifying, like, when you identify like one hero that TPs on one side of the map, being able to play on the other side of the map in quick thinking fashion. It's like you're always going to have an outnumbered perspective, and it's a lot easier to fight, being outnumbered.
Haste rune bottom. Is Frank going to pick it up? Yes, he is. Sports 56 damage, and is looking to build up the Blink Dagger next. And you're right, for Beast Coast, and really for any team, it's about that quick decision making, but also having that patience to know when the right time is to strike. And I can't help but think back to when, that time we first saw Beastmaster able to put together his Primal Roar, like what they could have gotten done by coming together and maybe trying to get an early gank onto the DK, let's say, or more of a successful attempt onto the Beastmaster. But that time is long past, and Beast Coast have to kind of deal with the situation they've been put into, and that's where we see top 3 net worth all belonging to Thunder Predator. I imagine they still have strong, potent team fight. Like, they can make something happen, but their options seem limited. Here we only have 2 at the bottom lane. Let's see if they can pincer in with the smoke. Coddle just straight blasting right through their smoke. I know where you are. Runs back out. Here comes Necro looking to blast him down. It's enough to lock him in his spot, but is it going to be enough for the finish? Oh, this would feel bad for Chris Luck. Oh, gosh, he has to watch him go away. He's stuck under a Will-O-Wisp. The rest of his team are getting chased out the other side. Here comes the Ember now. Oh, very awkward, unfortunately, for Beast Coast. Thunder Predator are able to kind of shove away that gank approach.
I think Beast Coast needs to identify, like, they need to play with this Necro. Like, stop having these fights when there's DK going on Beast here.
Beast is going to be out. They didn't even get to use his Primal Roar. Dominating now for Leo style. He's had a hell of a series already. Cookie save. That's a Beast Coast retreat to get back inside. And they take their courier. Oh boy.
I'm watching these engagements, and like Necro's constantly having to run towards these fights and chase these heroes, but instead, like, their disablers like Shadow Demon, Ember, like all these lockdown heroes, they need to play with each other around the Necro, not away from him, because Necro's the one that's going to be doing all the damage in the fights, not when he has to chase these heroes to catch up to them.
Yeah. Well, he may have to chase himself back to base if he cares at all about this set of racks. They may have already considered a potential loss in their mind, but Thunder Predator are at the bottom doorstep. Glyph is committed, and Thunder Predator look like are content with that. They'll pull off. They already have great vision. They'll take all of this map real estate away from Beast Coast and try to really restrict their farming. And how close are we to the Ags? Is that is that the big ticket item here? Is the Snapfire Ags?
He's about 1,200 away. He's get there a little quicker than we expect because he has the Philosopher's Stone as well.
That will help. A little bit of extra GPM.
Yeah, they kind of fell off quite a bit in net worth because of like the movements and team fights that Beast Coast kind of decided to take. You know, this DK is BKB now. This Bristle's really fat.
Man,
oh,
Ember,
really fat on
Ember
the Predator right now.
went with a crit stick too. He is just all in on the damage build for this Ember.
With the build that he has to really prioritize trying to kill the supports.
Yeah.
And if you're able to kill the 2 supports before they get spells off in the fight, it will make... Oh, there's a roar.
There's one support.
There's one support.
There's one support. Oh, but DK's behind him. And he takes a support of his own, and he'll take Whisper too for the kill.
Both supports are dead now.
And the duel out, and a catch onto that Ember, and he's gone as well. Down without a buyback for nearly 50 seconds. But they did get both supports on Thunder Predator.
They did, but no.
I have nothing else to follow it up with. You got to get rid of the supports, but I mean, the Dakota was still able to get off his Will-O-Wisp in that fight, as we saw. And now in a potential catch onto Chris Luck.
Turned off his Radiance.
He turned it back on now, but...
he misclicked when he used the stick and Essence Ring.
Poor Necro, gonna have to watch this one from the sidelines for 40 seconds as his team gets clubbed down. DeMoN, it could be a fast day of 2-2-0s, it's looking like. The pacing that Thunder Predator are playing here. Swiftly taking down this tier 2 and now heading up into the high ground. They get the duel onto the Grandma. She's just trying to get her freaking Agnum Scepter. I just want to see it. Come on.
I want to see it too. Maybe that's their comeback mechanic.
It is. Throw the Beastmaster in there. Let him drop down the Necro Book and the Primal Roar and just hope to God that you slight your way through the rest of the team with Ember Spirit's damage.
No, I don't think they have, because of the pipe and how much tanker all these core. They have a pipe on top of a hood on Bristle. DK has a BKB. Yeah, I don't see the damage anymore, man. It's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, they're just getting way too tanky here. This DK, this Bristle, the supports have good items now. You know, when you got even like the Glimmer Cape pickup on the Coddle. Grimstroke's able to kind of work from afar with the benefit of his lens and everything. It's
Bristle's finishing off his Satanic now.
Excuse me? Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he's 300 off. Let's see.
Yeah,
Blade Mail just finished too. Blade Mail and Blink on Legion. All right.
Okay, here they go.
This is the fight.
Yep. Could this be the final fight here? Wisp committed. Immediate target onto the Shadow Demon. They also have already taken out Chris Luck, just like that. Beastmaster's next. Oh, this is not looking good. The towel could be thrown here from Beast Coast any moment as Thunder Predator come charging into the house. They didn't even take their shoes off. They're just running in, trekking mud, trekking blood.
This Coddles is doing so much work in these fights with his ball.
Yeah.
And chakering his cores. He has so many cores that he can enable this game too. Like Bristol and the DK for the double stun.
Yeah, but remember, Coddle's not a good hero at all. Just not good. Doesn't need to be nerfed.
I think he's one of the best heroes in the game
Doesn't
right now.
need to
He's
be
first
nerfed
pick
at all. He
material.
could use some buffs, actually. No, you're right. It's hard to deny. I mean, if you have good positioning, there's nothing you can't do. Like, everything is good. You blinding light him, that's going good. You shocker an ally, that's fantastic. It's very simple to get Will-O-Wisp in a good spot, just with the cast range you're able to work with. it's really hard to mess up with the hero unless you're really caught out by some bad cores. But in this game, it didn't look like that was a problem at all. It just looked really nice for Thunder Predator. I mean, I understand that Beast Coast have a lot working against them. They don't have the benefit of having Hector here. They have a lot of lag and internet problems. Everyone's trying their best, given the situation, to try to at least play the best Dota they can. But today was not Beast Coast Day, and it is going to be Thunder Predator scoring that 2-0 DeMoN.
Yeah, it was I think clean execution from Thunder Predator. I think I feel like for game two though, like Beast Coast, they really had this in the bag if they made the right movements, if they were a little bit more patient with their gameplay and just made the right rotations even a little bit quicker. I think they could have. It's about who snowballs, which team really snowballed, right? And the moment
Mhm.
any team starts had the ball rolling, they just started taking over the game. And it just really came down to their first smoke gank at 10 minutes when they finished the tome, got the level 6 on Snapfire, immediately made the smoke. I think they made all the right moves, all the right calls, but the execution just wasn't there. And from there, it's just like people just started dying one by one. Necro, and then after that, Necro, like he was like 150 off Radiance, and he's solo pushing a tower, and Shadow Demon was like 2 screens away from disrupting him. Beastmaster wasn't there, and it's like a 3v5 kind of fight.
Yeah.
And they kind of lost a lot of momentum in this game.
If you had to pick
But
an MVP for Thunder Predator in this series, who do you think would really stepped up?
it's between Matthew and Leo style, but I will have to give it to Matthew because again, like this game, I look at these 4 positions a lot, and he helped secure these 4, 6 minute, and 8 minute runes for Leo style, and stopping. I mean, Necro and DK, neither of them are very like rune dependent,
Yeah.
but like his ideas and his movements, I think he played really well. But Leo style, I think individually was just it's between both of them. It's hard to pick one.
All right. Now I have updated the standings here, so I'm going to try to hit some buttons here and see if I can bring them up. There they are. So wherewith we currently stand, DeMoN, Evil Geniuses at the top. They are now 3-0 after their series earlier today. Thunder Predator, who also just performed, are just behind with a 3-1 record. After that, Business Associates 1-0. Crazy 1-0. We still have yet to see Quincy Crew, formerly known as Chaos, play yet in the BTS Pro Series. I'm sure their day's coming soon. Beast Coast, unfortunately, will be dropping down 0-2, with Furia Esports also at 0-2, and then we have Cloud9 at 0-3. So, interesting early developments here. Any surprises by this so far, or do you think things are kind of already? It's still early to say. It's a full round robin. Everybody's going to play each other, and then the Bomb 2 will be eliminated. But is there any surprises by this so far?
I mean, it's this series. I kind of said it was like this is the 2 best South American teams, and they didn't have K1, so it did favor Thunder Predator a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think aside from that, not so much. I don't think there's really major upsets. I think everything's kind of going as expected until Quincy Crew kind of plays in crazy. Those are like those games, and like I enjoy watching. I like watching the Thunder Predator play. The North American squads as well. So looking forward for that.
Oh, yeah,
More
absolutely.
games from them.
All right. Well, that concludes our Pro Series action for today, DeMoN. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the mic. I know I'll get to have you again later on, I believe, come playoff time. But thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. Did you have anything you wanted to say before you go, or any shout-outs to give?
Not so much. Just thanks for having me, Dakota. It was a pleasure casting with you.
Of course.
Always.
Thank you so much. It felt a bit last minute to get some people on the mic, but you were very gracious and stepped up right away. So thank you so much. Be sure to go give Jimmy some love. Hit him up at Dota DeMoN, and take care. We wish you the best. And for everyone at home, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for more Beyond the Summit Pro Series action. Take care.
Thanks. See ya.